Wave. Wave. There he is. You got a big smile? Oh, yeah? You like it here? Having a good time? Oh, you want to watch? Look. See it?
Sorry, stage riggers. Okay, so alright, I apologize. That was unprofessional. Okay. No, what do you want to say? What? No, you can't. Okay. I first met this band in Tijuana, Mexico. Down there, we were having a battle of the bands, and these two guys were beating the hell out of the other band. They had a different idea of battle of the band. Tricky Dick had brass knuckles out. Brian was boot stomping the bass player. It was horrible. So I decided to bring them to the United States, refine them a little bit, give them some class. And now, for your entertainment. You ready? Sorry. That's extra. That's why he's got a fat dollar going out.
I thought they had showed his promotion the 29th. Yeah.
What? You guys want to go?
Everybody said that. I don't know. I got the last one this year.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Coolwater. Coolwater is back.
He got the
Yes, on the right. Always the right.
Coolwater is back.
Connor. What's Daddy saying? Hoorah!
Coolwater is back. Connor. Hey.
Any of you kinfolk remember we played at the Zoltonville? This one was a train wreck. Our stage manager wrapped his lips around a pork chop sandwich. We had to set up everything. I mean everything. He didn't want to work. He just wanted to go home. And here's a song related to him. I want to go home.
Connor.
I want to go home. I want to go home. I'm so tired. I want to go home. I want to see my honey. I want to sing a song. Sitting on the front porch. I want to go home. I want to hear my cat. I want to hear my dog. I just want to go home. I'm so tired and I'm so lonely. I just want to go home. I just work here. You guys might not think we're too good at singing and playing, but you guys ain't too good at paying us either. Okay, I gotta tell you this little story he's got written down here. Have you ever had a colonoscopy? Well, let me tell me about mine. Wait a second. Let me tell you, kinfolk, I had no idea what one of them was. That's where they take a roto-rooter and they put it up your butt, go up inside and clear out all the hot dogs and hamburgers. When I had had mine done, they poked a hole in me. I laid in bed for a whole week. No food, it sucked. Let me tell you, I don't have nothing to do with them rooters anymore. Boy, I sure was a winner. And here's a song about it, my luck. The song is a winner. I had a gun and I cut my toe. I had a knife and I cut my hand. I had a comb and I broke it in half. They call me the winner. I woke up this morning, I got out of bed, tripped on a shoe and I hit my head. They call me the winner. They call me the winner. They call me the winner. How many of you folks ever had a cat?
We have.
Let me tell you, when I was a kid back on Prairie, Montana, the first cat I ever had was a bobcat. He had a mind of his own. If you didn't feed him, he would jump on your back with his claws in your skin. Most cats purr, but mine, he growled. He never was a happy cat. Now, my parents owned a few goats, and every time I went in the yard, they butted me in the butt. Both them and the cat hated me. But one day, when I was feeding the goat, the cat got jealous and jumped on my face. I yelled louder than I did when I had my colonoscopy. You could hear me for 3 miles yelling, "Mama, save me." The next song is about that stupid cat. Just cry, just cry, that cat just cry, watch a cat's life go by. Just cry, just cry. Had a fat cat and all he did was cry, he didn't even say hi. He just cried, watch a cat's life go by. Just cry, the fat cat's life's gone by.
You want me to fix that?
Huh?
You want me to fix that?
What?
The mustache.
Boy, it's driving me nuts. I've owned other animals. The most famous was a dog named Jack, and I know you all know this song, so
Yes.
I want everybody to sing it. Had a little dog and his name was Jack. He took right on the railroad track. A train come by, the boot flew high. Hit the conductor right in the eye. Right in the eye, right in the eye. Hit the conductor right in the eye. Now you get to see the best guitar solo you ever heard, so play something, Ryan.
Oh!
I know that Josh and Ashley wish that they'd had their wedding this month while Ryan's here so we could have played and sang for you.
Absolutely.
It would have been the best entertainment ever.
Enjoying your show so far? I have a few questions for you kinfolk out there. How many of you love your jobs? How many of them hate your jobs?
Impartial.
How many of you just can't stand your boss on your jobs? How many wish you could stand up and shout in the boss's face? Take this job and shove it.
Take this job and shove it.
Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Wife done left, took all the reason I was working for. You better not stand in my way, 'cause I'm walking out the door. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Good. Done good. Let's hear one for Connor.
Connor, rock on.
You gotta show me the
Teach
fingers.
you. Here, let me show you. Do it.
Rock on!
Yeah, do your fingers right. Keep those fingers up.
Like this one.
Keep your fingers up.
See how you do that when he learns?
He takes boys extra.
You ready, Connor? Connor, get back up here.
Go up there and dance.
Nowadays, people invent all types of phones, smartphones, laptops, iPads. But Ryan has a drum set on his phone, and Ryan, give these kinfolk a drum solo on your phone. I got to get rid of this stupid mustache killing me.
Hey!
Rick, you got a razor?
Yeah. Shave.
Oh, put it on. It's
Like
cute.
the
Oh,
mustache.
this is kind of nuts.
I always dreamed of being married without a mustache.
There you go.
You scare me.
Connor, where's the mustache?
Oh, mustache rock.
Connor, where's the mustache?
Turn it into a beard. Turn it into a beard, Dick. Turn it into a beard. There you go.
Mama,
Are you ready for that drum solo, Ryan?
Cool water with no refrigerator.
okay, go. What up?
Come over here with a microphone.
Oh, it's not going out there.
Okay, I want to tell you guys a story. I know you all like
Better be
stories.
good.
It's a good one. Let me tell you, kinfolk, about a story. Tim ain't here, but this is about our son Tim. And Tim just loved the Indianapolis 500. He always wanted to go. Never had a chance. But his brother Rick got a chance to go with a friend of mine called Chris Dunn, who had tickets to the 500. Tim was so jealous, he made Rick promise to bring him back a souvenir.
Connor, come here.
But Rick forgot when they were there. So on the way home, he told his friend, he said, "Oh my God, I forgot to get Tim a souvenir." My friend said, "No problem. There are lots of tire pieces along Highway 65 on the way home. We'll just pick up a piece and tell Tim it flew off a tire in a 500 and flew into the stands." Well, let me tell you what happened. You kinfolk. Tim showed everybody at home that piece of tire. Told them it come from the Indianapolis 500. Later, Tim found out the truth. that the truck tire was actually a truck tire found on Highway 65. Little Tim cried and cried. Then back in the 90s, I want to tell you this story. I don't know, I think quite a few of you were there. I used to be in the fireworks business on 4th of July.
Yeah.
It was out to Davy's dad's place, and you ever seen them preachers on TV that touch people in the head and make them walk? Bring them back? You ever seen that? Well, we were out there, and I had this big mortar. It was going to go up in the sky, and I usually had a lot of fireworks. It took about 2 hours to do them all. Josh was there. Anyway, the darn table, somebody was helping me, and they bumped the table, and the mortar turned over, and it flew out in the crowd, and there was about 40 people out there under tables. And there was these 3 old women on walkers that was sitting there at the table. They limped in to watch it. They were some kind of kinfolk. Anyway, or neighbors. Anyway, that rocket flew under their table. Those old women took off running. You never see nothing like it in your life. I was just like one of them preachers that saved them people on TV. I'll tell you, they got it and walked, and that's the actual truth. They limped afterwards, but when that mortar ended up on that table, those old women run. Anyway, here's a little song about it. Light up the sky, it's the 4th of July. Dick has fireworks, everyone's gonna cry. All the old women are gonna run for their lives. So light up the sky, it's the 4th of July. Light up the sky, it's the 4th of July. Run for your lives, everyone is gonna cry. Dick's got fireworks, it's the 4th of July. So light up your sky, it's the 4th of July. Okay, wait a minute now. Okay, I got another little story here.
Hold on, Ryan.
Well, you kinfolk have been one of the best crowds on our tour so far. We've played in a lot of countries: Detroit, Los Angeles, Florida, Nashville, Chicago, Canada too. But Oak Street's the best country we have played in yet. This is the best hillbilly audience ever, and this next song was a #1 in the Philippines. So be sure and cheer for the encore after this. It's got Obama got run over by a reindeer. Probably there's a bunch of Democrats out there. This baby wouldn't be good. Ready? Hit it. Obama got run over by a reindeer. Nancy Pelosi got run over by a horse. Joe Biden is a goofball, but the people got health care by force. Now Grandpa's buying lotto tickets and Grandma's wedding a divorce. Now Grandpa's in the White House, the country's falling through the floor. Now it's derby time again and Grandpa is smoking a cigar. Grandma's hitting him with a bottle. Now Grandpa's got a great big scar. He writes this music, I'll tell you. We don't get much pay, we ought to get more cheers. Okay. I'm going to tell you a story that probably a lot of you know but don't realize, because you never really thought of it this way. This is the story of why we're here today, enjoying cool water in Rick's beautiful yard and breathing this Kentucky air. This is the total reason. Is everybody listening? 55 years ago, back in the year 1956, in a little cow town named Saco, Montana, on the windswept prairie of Montana, is where this all began. I know none of you people ever gave it a thought, but you would not be on this earth today if this story hadn't took place. I was working near the Saco on the railroad, running a piece of heavy equipment. Decided one day, take a break, get a cup of coffee and a piece of pie. So I went in O'Brien's Cafe in Saco. and that's where the story began. I was waited on by this pretty little girl named Rita. It was love at first sight. We started dating. When she graduated from high school in 1957, we got married in a town called Havre, Montana. The union is why Steve, Tim, Rick, Patty, and Kathy are on this earth today. That's why Josh, Tyler, Cody, and Ryan are on this earth today. That's why Bailey, Connor, and Olivia are on this earth today. The meeting that day in 1956 between me and that waitress in Prairie, Montana, is why we all are gathered today in Rick's backyard, under this Kentucky sky. Just remember that every time you eat a piece of pie, that you would not have existed had it not been for O'Brien's Cafe that day when I ate my pie. You all are a wonderful family and are all the seeds of pure love. Here comes your rocks.
I decided that since Coolwater rocks, normally you get picks thrown at concerts, well, Brian was going to throw rocks at you. He didn't want to be liable, so he's just going to hand them to you. Yes, it's a memory. Yep. It's a memory. That's a piece of pie.
Thank you.
Joanne, did you do each one of those?
I did. Thank you. Dude, that's so much.
There you go.
I don't know if you get one.
Yeah, I get one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll take you out. Very nice.
This is like an I'm good. Yeah,
It's like the worst part of your bachelorette party.
You too, Sheena.
I got a few stories about Josh, too, I should tell.
Yeah, come on.
Let me hear them.
Yeah.
One time, I used to decorate my backyard out there for Josh would come over all the time. The kids would come over, Tyler and Cody, and I had a swing set out in the back, and I bought a big blow-up dinosaur. And I put it out in the back, and that Josh, one day I went out in the back porch to take a look, and the dinosaur was gone. It fell down. Josh, I said, what happened to the dinosaur? He said, I killed it. He had stabbed it and deflated it. He didn't like a dinosaur.
Dinosaur hunter.
And me and Rick took him fishing once.
Oh.
Oh, God, that was terrible. That was his first fishing trip. We stopped at there was a bowling alley just the other side of, we was going to Taylorsville, just the other side of Mount Washington. We stopped there to check tires and hitch and stuff on it. It was a big pontoon boat. And Josh got up in the boat and started throwing everything overboard, right in the parking lot.
Let me demonstrate.
So we got it back.
Let me demonstrate.
We got out in the lake. And that's the next thing he started doing, is throwing everything overboard. I threw a bunch of my tools overboard and everything else. So finally we got him trained. We had to duct tape him for a while, but we finally got him trained. And then when I caught his first fish, he got his first fish, I still got a picture of it at home. He didn't know, he was scared to death of it. And finally I talked him into, I was going to take it off the hook, and I talked him into holding his fish, and he kissed it. So we trained him. But got some stories about Steve, too.
Oh, I bet. I got some stories.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Tell a story about Steve.
I don't know. Poor Steve. But,
Poor victims of Steve.
Yeah.
Steve at the fish hook. I always think the fish hook.
Oh, yeah, he was terrible up there in Canada.
Riding the...
He went fishing, he get a big, come back with a lure hooked to the back of his head. His casting was so bad. Then he built a boat out of styrofoam. Took another little kid with him and had to get a rescue crew to go get him down the river.
Oh no! Forgot to take oars.
Yeah. Well, the phone. Anyway, I don't know who else I got stories about. I got somebody, someone you can't tell. Okay. Ready for April showers? When April showers, they come your way. They bring the flowers that bloom in May. So when you're looking for a bluebird, just look over here. You'll find Rick in the shower. April showers, they come your way. They bring the flowers that bloom in May. So when you're looking for a bluebird, just look over here. You'll find Rick in the shower in April showers. Everybody having a good time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're just about done. Sure too bad we couldn't play at Ashley and Josh's wedding, but we're booked up. Terrible, huh?
It is terrible. I was looking forward to it.
Would ya?
Yeah.
Watch out, they might be able to make it happen.
Move some stuff around for you.
I'll tell you. But anyway, we got one more song here. So, you ready? All day we faced the barren waste without the taste of water. Cool blue water. Old Dan and I, with throats burned dry, we stressed our quest for water. Cool, clear water. Down the hill and up the road, we stressed our quest for water. Cool, blue, clear water. We thank all you people for coming out. Thank Connor for helping us. Where'd he go? Connor, get out here and bow now. Connor's doing good.
Connor.
So anyway, we'll see you all sometime in the future. Adios.
Thank you all very much.
Where the exit located?
What?
Where the exit is located?
Exits are behind you and to the side. They're behind you and to the side. Clean up before you take the exit, though.